Here is why I believe Tom Brady is a better all-time athlete than Michael Jordan. Now, quickly, I want to preface, when I say athlete, I don't mean they're more athletic. I mean, they played a professional sport, and I believe Tom Brady's accomplishments inside of his sport are better than Michael Jordan's accomplishments inside of his sport. Now, first things first, Tom Brady has a additional championship, which I think matters. 7-6. More is better. Now, where I think that football is more difficult to be that dominant and result in winning, because I believe winning is, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters. I don't care about your highlights. I don't care about your non-winning accomplishments. MVP, cool. Have you won a Super Bowl or an NBA Finals? Now, with both of them having relatively similar-ish numbers, there are a few differences that I would give to Tom Brady on why I nudge him over Michael Jordan. Number one, the NFL has two more teams. Now, it's kind of minuscule, but, I mean, look, there's more teams. That means there's more competition. I mean, at some point, it's not a huge percentage increase, but at some point, if you kept lowering teams in the NBA, if the NBA had 20 teams and the NFL only had 32, you'd be like, okay, yeah, to win in the NBA is easier because 5% of the teams win each year. Anyways, I don't think that's a super important fact, but what I do think is very important is there are 25 starters on an NFL team. In the NBA, there are 5. Now, in both sports, the offense matters more than the defense because the offense, number one, scores points. And the offense also, to a degree, plays defense and controls the game script. So I'm not going to put a percentage on how much more offense matters. I'm not going to say it's like 60-40, but offense matters more than defense. But the thing is, Tom Brady, he has to be, because there's all these different factors. Think about it this way. There's more coaches in the NFL. There's more climates. In the NBA, you're playing on hardwood every night. There's more variety to defenses. There's more variety to fronts, to play calls. There's a lot more players on the field, more refs. So there's a lot more factors. So when you're a good player, your team wins more than it loses, obviously. But the great NBA players have more control over the game. When you're a great NBA player, you essentially control 50% of the offense, if we're being real. Because to lead a great offense, all you really need is yourself and then a pick-and-roll guy. Or yourself and then another guy that's going to go ISO. I mean, all 5 guys aren't really involved in an NBA offense. Maybe 3, the pick-and-roll and then the corner 3. But in all honesty, you're probably 50% of the offense. And then on defense, everybody's 20%. There's not I guess if you're a big rim protector, maybe you're more than 20%, but you're a big chunk of the team. I mean, you're 50% on offense and 20% on defense, but you're a big chunk of the team. In the NFL, Tom Brady isn't directly affecting the defense. When I say directly, because I think the offense scoring points helps the defense out, but he's not directly playing defense. And he's also not directly involved in the run game. He's also not really directly involved in the offensive line. So, and some people might actually use that against him. Some people might say, okay, well, if you're winning and you're not as involved as Michael Jordan, then why would you rank him above? But my thing is, you need to look at it from the other angle. The fact that Tom Brady, because you don't win Super Bowls by coincidence. A lot of people say wins aren't a quarterback stat. They are. Wins are a superstar stat. A quarterback, a point guard, Michael Jordan's a shooting guard, but if you're a superstar, wins are a stat for you. If you happen to do a lot of winning, it's because you're so excellent. All these guys are so similar. The best wide receiver to the second best or to the 100th best, it's like a couple percent difference. It is so close. So the fact that with all these variables, Tom Brady always happens to do just enough to win the Super Bowl or to make it in half of his seasons. I would argue it's more remarkable in an NFL standpoint to win all those games because you have less control. So you have to do more within your control. let's say Tom Brady has, I'm just going to ballpark a number. Let's say Brady has 20% of the control of the team's success, and Michael Jordan has, it'd be 35, because I gave you the offensive and defensive numbers. That means if Michael Jordan is, X percentage better than the second best player, he doesn't have to be as much better than the second best player as Tom Brady does, because Michael Jordan's number counts for more, because there's less players on the court. So I think NFL Super Bowls are tougher to come by, to win them back, to win all of them.